Speed, distribution, and teams matter more than ever.
Ben, thank you so much for being here. Where are you finding interesting pockets of innovation in the application layer of AI?
Absolutely. So we've been spending a lot of time in the application and vertical AI part of the market at General Atlantic. And I'd say two things. One, we're seeing that AI labs are increasingly moving into the application layer, but they're often focusing on the biggest markets first, whether it's healthcare or financial services. And so, are there areas within vertical software and vertical AI that you can find effective spots to invest in and to build for customer workflows? At GA, we've long been believers in the vertical software thesis. So, building specifically for customer workflows where you really understand a market and can build effectively for it. And so, a couple examples of that are one with Jobber in the field services space or with Fresha in the hair salon space. And so, what that looks like today within vertical AI, let me give you an example, is we've been spending time in property management, for example. There's a lot of legacy property management systems that have built core systems of record where data on the customer, on the tenant, and ID and social security information live. However, building vertical workflows on top of that, we increasingly believe are relocating those systems of record to dumb databases. So what that means is you can build systems of action on top of those systems of record. So what this one prop tech business is doing is saying, hey, let me start with a conversational chatbot that you can build for tenants looking to rent an apartment in New York. And so previously, when I reached out to an apartment, it would take a couple of days to schedule something and go in and tour in person. But now all those leasing workflows and back and forth with a leasing agent can be automated with agentic AI. Secondly, within the maintenance space for a tenant, if their refrigerator breaks down and they say, hey, let me reach out to to my property manager or to my leasing agent to get someone to fix it, it no longer takes a few days to get a service technician out because an agent can go book someone within a few hours to be at your apartment. So when you build on top of a system of record and you're bringing in all of the conversational workflows and conversational data that is going back and forth with the tenant, you can build a platform that up-levels the system of record in a way that you couldn't before, and that there are no longer technology and product moats in the age of AI because vibe coding and code gen makes it so easy to develop new software. So what that looks like is speed, distribution, and teams matter more than ever. We're seeing wars on AI talent, and it's because teams that can build fast and execute for markets are the ones that are winning in the new age of startups.
Is SMB software still an attractive market in the age of AI, or will the next wave of innovation be enterprise-led?
It's a really good question. And at GA, we've long been believers that SMBs are undertooled and underbuilt for. And so we increasingly think that there's a misconception in the market that AI is going to be enterprise first because SMBs can vibe code their way to success. And so while enterprises do need human-led go-to-market teams and compliance-grade products built for them, we do believe that the SMB market is really unique because they don't have the time or the resources or sometimes the technical know-how to build applications for themselves. So we have a business that we're invested in called High Level. What they do is they build AI agents and AI tools in the marketing and CRM space for SMBs. And it's more important than ever now to think about what are the fundamental business models and the go-to-market motions that are creating unit economics that are sustainable for selling to the SMB. SMB has always been a hard place to sell into because churn is high, because CAC paybacks can quickly escalate. But when you find interesting distribution models with High Level, it's affiliate and product-led, growth-led, you can find ways to distribute and deliver to SMBs in a way you couldn't before. In a similar fashion, we're seeing AI services roll-ups really be built across the space, whether that's HOAs or call centers or PEO shops. And what you're seeing is these previous services businesses were serving small businesses, but now they're being rolled up and AI is being applied across the stack. So whether that's building tools for productivity, putting in AI SDRs to really help the growth, we're seeing that margins in these AI services businesses are going from 10 to 35% within a year while increasing top line growth. And so we fundamentally believe that AI is going to be an enabler of SMBs and is going to change the market in a way that it never had before. And it remains to be seen if consumers ultimately benefit from prices coming down across the board, or if these services businesses will effectively run with higher margins in the future. But we're excited about continuing to lean in and build for the SMB.
Ben, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.